Hi guys, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. Newcastle have just beaten Bournemouth 2-1. We've got Owen, he's driven all the way from Bournemouth to see Newcastle win. We'll get his reaction in the last word with Lee as well, but we're going to score the players. I'll let you start with Lee. Martin Dubravka couldn't do anything about the goal, but everything else he dealt with it fantastically well, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a really good goal. I said on the match vlogs, really well worked from their side. But yeah, a couple of blocks, but I don't think he was really tested in particular. Second half, there was a lot of long balls and crosses and stuff. But hello, car.
Hello.
Flashlights are on us. Keep them on. Let's go for lighting. 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Rob, let's start with Mr. Jetro Willems.
Or DeAndre.
No, I'll give you Jetro Willems, left wing back.
Oh, right, okay. I was giving up for DeAndre Edlin. But Jetro Willems, excellent shift tonight. I think most of the stuff didn't quite come off for him. He certainly wasn't the best player out there, but it was certainly a really good shift tonight. Put an excellent performance. That's at least a 7 for me.
7. Jamal Lascelles first centre half when he played 18 minutes on the clock, so I'm not going to give him a score, and I don't think it was long enough. And again, there was nothing much he could have done about the first goal. Hello, Owen.
Hello.
Nice to see you. I haven't seen you since June.
Yeah.
I'll give you I'll give you Kieran Clark, the goal scorer. 2-1. His goal right at the end. It's got to be high marks for him, hasn't it?
Kieran Clark, I don't think he was the best centre half on the pitch, but he scored the winning goal, so who cares? So personally, I think it's probably a 7 out of 10 performance.
7 out of 10?
Yeah, maybe an 8. I'm going to push to an 8. Go on then. Go on an 8. I think an 8 is well deserved. He did what was needed at the back. Not anything special, but what was needed. He's very straight to the point defender. Did his job. 8.
Match winner gets an 8. Federico Fernandez, Lee, steady performance once again.
I should have given Clark a 9. Anyway,
And an assist as well.
I thought he started off a bit shaky. I thought Bournemouth's front line were causing him a lot of problems first half, but he grew into it again. Another goal from a defender, which just seemed to be, we're just making defenders score goals. So who needs strikers? 8 out of 10.
I'll give you DeAndre Edlin.
Yeah, contender for man of the match.
I would agree.
Not sure if he would be the man of the match, but got a goal right at the crucial moment as well. I think it was crucial to get that goal before half time. And I think on top of that, we saw the best of DeAndre Edlin defensively.
Is that his best performance in a Newcastle shirt?
Defensively, most definitely. It's a bit of a tongue twister, that.
Defensively,
most definitely. Going forward, we've seen him go forward like that before, and he's been unlucky to score at times. Certainly deserved the goal tonight, which I'm really pleased with. And defensively, that's. I was going to say 9, but I think I'll say 10.
10 out of 10 for DeAndre Edlin. If you
not often we'll say that, Jonny.
It's not. If you agree with Rob, get your comments in below if you think 10 out of 10 for DeAndre Edlin. First midfielder, I'm going to go with Jonjo Shelvey today. I thought he was brilliant today. Yes, there was a lot of balls where he was playing towards Almiron and Maximin didn't play off, but I thought that was a much better performance by Jonjo Shelvey. It was definitely improved than what we had this season from him. But I think he's just got a little bit of confidence since the West Ham game. I thought he was always a threat on the counter with the balls that he was producing, so I'm going to give Jonjo Shelvey a 7 out of 10 for his performance today. The next name was Isaac Hayden Owen. Steady as a rock, but you could tell that he was just lacking that match sharpness, I thought, today.
Yeah, definitely. He went down a few times. He goes down at least once every game, but today he went down a few times. You could see he was struggling a bit for parts of the game, towards the end of the game as well. He was limping a bit, but it's one of those things that, he shrugs it off, he gets back up, he does a job for the team, breaks up the play in the midfield. So I'm going to give Isaac Hayden an 8, I think, as well. Another 8, well deserved.
Miguel Almiron, Lee. I thought he was going to score in the second half. Yeah. He thought when Maximin goes around the goalkeeper, it's just on a plate for him. And only Newcastle will have Almiron shooting to the other person that can't score at the minute, and Maximin and go over the crossbar.
The only person who doesn't want Almiron to score first before him is saint-maximin.
It is. It's just typical Newcastle, isn't it?
I think you've mentioned Yedlin. I think Almiron needs a shout because Almiron works off helping Yedlin out defensively. Going forward, we know there's an issue, but I want to talk about positivity about him tonight. I thought he was sensational, defensive, working hard. I don't think he's his best position there. Obviously, Owen, you've interviewed, what was his name? Roberto Rojas, and he said that he's better in the middle. So I think he is better in the middle, but defensively he's sensational, 9 out of 10.
I loved it in the second half where he loses the ball and he's just running. He's running. He puts a slide charge. He wants to collide into the advertising boards as well.
It's not what we want to see him doing that because you want him just going through, but defensively, positivity, he was sensational tonight. 9.
Alan Saint-Maximin got a lot of plaudits last week for his performance. I think it was probably not as good as West Ham, but how unlucky was he not to score today? The crossbar, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, he tries to go around him and the keeper does well. If he doesn't score against Aston Villa in the next game, I'll be surprised. I think he's just one good shot away from getting on a little bit of even more confidence, even with a Gucci headband.
I think the main thing though is that we've been saying past few weeks that Almiron and ASM they need that goal to give them the confidence. But I think tonight, well, even going back 2 weeks into the present day, they've shown that they don't need goals to get that confidence up, and that certainly showed tonight. ASM, amazing. Just I would say he's orgasmic at times for me. I just love watching him play.
Where's this conversation going?
Right, the next one.
But he just makes me feel like, where have you been all my life? I just wish we snapped him up sooner. So yeah, I'd say 9.
When Fabian shares, when he walks past, I'm like that as well. I feel the same emotion with him.
Yeah,
bit of man love going on there.
Just absolutely in awe. 9 out of 10 for tonight, ASM.
I don't know how to continue with that, Owen, do you?
I'm going home.
I'll jump in the car. Joe Linton, I thought that was probably his best performance in a black and white shirt at home. I really do. I think, obviously, the Spurs game, he gets his goal. I thought he was a bit unlucky not to get a goal today, especially in the second half. He tries to lift it over Ramsdale. He had about 2 or 3 good efforts today. Again, I think he's a bit like Maximum, a bit like Almiron. He just needs to get that goal maybe at home as well. Get a bit more of the love from the fans as well. But
got a lot of love when he came off, though.
He did. He put in a hell of a performance. I think, again, Ake, Cook, we've talked about in the preview. They're players that are going to be physical, and again, he dealt with it pretty well. So I'm going to give Joe Linton an 8 out of 10 today. I thought he was superb. First substitution was after 18 minutes, and it was Paul Dummett. I'm going to put the little thing I said to the guys before the game about a little thing that me and my friend said during the game. Friends, yes, we can do that if you want. Can I ask you who your 3 centre-halves would be now?
Right now?
Right now, yeah. So you've got Shaw, Lejeune and Lascelles.
So mine will be Fabian Schär.
Yeah.
Lascelles if he's fit.
Yeah.
And then probably Lejeune.
Okay.
If they're fit, on form.
If they're fit and on form, okay. Do you still feel comfortable with Dummett, Fernandes and who else was there? Clark. It's the first time ever, I think, that we've got 6 centre-halves at Newcastle and you go, oh, he's coming in. Yeah, that's fine. That's sound.
It's the one position where you don't have to worry about, and because if Joe Linton goes out, Carroll's probably maybe the similar one, but yeah, as Kyle's lurking in the background.
Man United aren't very good. That's what he basically said. But yeah, Paul Dummett, what would you give him out of 10 today, Owen? Because I thought he was just solid as well with the other defenders.
I think he was probably the second best centre-half on the pitch today. Like, if you take away Lascelles, say he didn't play, Dummett was probably the second best centre-half on the pitch. Every time King or Wilson tried to run off the shoulder of him, it was right there. And there was one moment where I think it was Wilson that tried to break away from him. And the sliding challenge. The rules around me, that man, he just does his job. He does his job, and it's perfect to have a centre-back like him, I think. I think he's better at centre-back than he is at left-back. So, Paul Dummett, going to give him a 9.
Fantastic for Paul Dummett. Andy Carroll, was he on long enough?
Defensively sensational.
Yeah.
One bit when Yedlin was down injured either end of the pitch, he was playing right back and he got back and slotted in and cleared it, but yeah, non-applicable, but brilliant. That part was brilliant.
Christian Atsu again, non-applicable. Let's all try and agree on this one with Steve Bruce. Back-to-back wins for Steve Bruce.
Steve Bruce, Blackburn Army.
Yeah. On the radio show a few weeks ago when we just beat Manchester United, I asked all the lads how many points do you think we'll get out of the next 4 games: Chelsea, Wolves, West Ham and Bournemouth. Only one person got it right, and that's Mr. Paul Rutter, the only person that's not here. He said,
don't know who that is.
He said Newcastle will get 7 points. So well done, Paul. Newcastle 15 points. I thought tactically, I think after the Bournemouth first goal, we did see a little bit more attacking intent, and that's what we did against West Ham. Owen, you haven't seen Newcastle at St James for a little while. Was it similar to what you've seen in previous games?
When I came up in pre-season, it was very similar to that, I thought. He got him spot on today, like after the goal. But you want to see that attacking intent from the start. You want to see us start early, like Bournemouth got an early goal today. I'd love to see us get an early goal and move on from that, rather than having to pull it back all the time, or like do what we did at West Ham last week. Is what I'm trying to say. So, if I was to rate Steve Bruce today, I'd probably give him a 9. I don't think he quite deserves that 10 for the start we had, but 9 I think is a fair assumption.
Rob Lee, do you think... Rob Lee?
Sports all over again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Rob.
Pete Graves.
He's a good bloke, Pete Graves. No, is there any... Why is Steve Bruce not getting a 10 today? Back-to-back wins, another home win at St James's. Why is he hasn't lost since we played Chelsea. In Chelsea, we could have easily got a point. Why is he not getting a 10 today?
I think it's because of the start. I think Owen spot on. I think it was quite lethargic start. I think going 1-0 down off of Bournemouth, as I mentioned already, the attack and front line were causing us problems. Wilson, Fraser coming in, and then the movement with Wilson and King, the other Wilson that is.
Sorry.
I thought it was just I thought it was an indifferent start, and then obviously we grew in it. But I think that's the only negative to come from today. But we're sitting mid-table, you know. So overall, it's. I don't want to say Rafa who, of course I'm not saying that, but it's like, you know what, he's winning some of the plaudits back. But the one thing I will ask Steve Bruce to stop mentioning Rafa Benitez and stop asking for the fans to win it over, because that now needs to stop. But yeah, that's 9.
Would you say it was a Brucey bonus, Rob, today, getting this win, when it could have been another day?
Because you know what he's thinking? He's thinking of a pun right now. It's working in that.
But yeah, we've got to say...
Oh yeah, it's almost as if we needed to concede in order to get the players going, get that momentum going to push on.
So Steve Bruce gets a 9 out of 10 from us lot today. DeAndre Edlin gets a 10. Who would have thought DeAndre Edlin would get a 10 at the end of last season where he was out of the team when Javier Manquillo was back in the squad? So get your comments in below. Like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV. And of course it is Remembrance Weekend, so we have got some remembrance stuff as well for all our videos this evening as well. So yeah, Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 1. What a weekend. Thanks very much, guys.